What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another week of Hero or Zero here on the Heroes for Hire podcast. My name is Shaun Meighan, and joining me as always is Haunted Suit of Armour, Conor Lawler.
It's actually the day after Halloween, Shaun.
Oh, this whole thing is themed around... Oh, fuck! Damn it!
Doesn't know. We're recording this on Halloween, and Shaun, I think, forgot that this episode doesn't come out till tomorrow. So I want everyone just to pretend like it's still Halloween for the next maybe 25 to 30 minutes.
Okay, so Hallows Eve, right?
Yeah.
It's Hallows, you know?
No, that was yesterday.
Shut up!
So this is Hero Zero. This is the show where we choose one new comic book character every single week. We talk their good points and their bad points, and we generally just give you a bit of a rundown of everything to do with that character. Now, I normally do DC characters, and Shaun normally does Marvel characters. And it's just so happened that Shaun has ended up with the two teamed episodes of the year. So he kind of got the Christmas episode technically at the end of last year, in which he didn't do a Santa, he didn't do a Christmas, he did a chair. A literal character called Chair. So I know what you're thinking. Wow, seems like a weird thing to do on Christmas. Maybe he'll improve for Halloween. We have found out he has not, because that was yesterday.
But that's the format of the show dictated that it has to come out today. Also, Chair technically has been the gift that keeps on giving, let's be honest.
He's got us more listeners than anything else.
No, okay, look, cards on the table. This is a Halloween kind of themed report.
Yeah, which is technically like your big day of the year.
It's my 4th of July. Like, this is what I live for.
Yeah. If this is your first episode, by the way, you don't have to do anything. Just chill out. If it's your second or above, or if you enjoyed Halloween yesterday, or if you're an Halloween enjoyer in general, 5 stars, a like, a follow, a share would be absolutely amazing. We have a Patreon down below that has a movie review that came out yesterday, in which we covered Ghost Rider, because it's spooky season, kind of, but that's not really.
That was yesterday, movie. Connor. Fuck you. You suck. You're the worst. Everyone hates you.
He won't even promote the Patreon. you have like a decision of like, I want to shit on Connor, but simultaneously I do want people to go to the Patreon. But
it's true. If you could go to the Patreon, I'd really appreciate it.
That would shit on Connor for some reason. But yeah, so you can head on over there. We've got loads of movie reviews. We did Constantine last month, if you're in for a bit of a spooky season. Shaun, I will tell you, Halloween, going to watch the Batman tonight, obviously,
October
because I'm not a maniac.
Thursday. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course. 2 years of nights have turned me into a nocturnal animal. I know what he says. Yeah, it's going to be great.
Have your tissues ready.
I was going to say, for what? And then that implied too many different things.
Too many options.
Go on, it's your week.
Right, I am covering a Halloween-based character. This is a new character, but also an old character.
It's not Jack-o'-lantern again, is it?
No, there have been Jack-o'-lantern updates, but there's not enough to fill a report.
Fantastic.
I am covering Hallows Eve.
Okay, Hallows Eve.
Yeah.
A character I've never heard of, so I would assume not useful in March.
No, actually, one of the most broken power sets in the world.
Okay.
A Spider-Man adjacent character.
Oh no.
Originally.
Oh no.
And only got powers recently, but originally introduced in the Clone Saga, Connor.
Oh no. Not again. You know I hate Spider-Man adjacent characters because they're all shit.
Yeah. And this one objectively is like cool and interesting. But it goes off the rails in the last paragraph.
Of course it does. Can you answer us all one question? I'm going to ask the question I think long-time listeners of the show will probably be thinking. Shaun, do you mention the word totem at any point in this report?
No, I don't. It's
okay.
removed from totems.
Great, okay. So if you don't understand that gag, don't worry about it. You're better off not knowing.
So, Elizabeth Tyne is her name. She was abused by her father until one day she killed him in self-defense, so she fled and changed her identity. Okay?
Strong start.
Yeah. First appearing in June of 1995 in Spider-Man The Lost Years, chronicling the adventures of one Ben Reilly. Connor.
Oh, right, okay. If, by the way, if anyone doesn't know what the clone saga is, Sean, you want to give everyone a quick 90-second...
They wanted a hip new young Spider-Man, so they wrote a story where he was cloned and then the clone took over, but then no one liked the clone, so then the clone went away for a while and became edgy.
And it lasted, I would say maybe 5 to 6 years.
Yeah, and then
in real life.
And the repercussions are still being felt to this day.
They wrote themselves into multiple corners and then kept digging down.
So she changed her name to Janine and she met Ben Reilly in Salt Lake City, Utah. The two began a relationship and eventually shared their secrets with one another. So she told Ben about her past and how she killed her own father, and Ben told her the clone saga.
Oh no! What a terrible anecdote to open with.
So she started calling Ben Spider-Man, jokingly, but then he eventually adopted it. But then, because another clone named Kane was also on the loose, and Janine feared for her freedom due to the fact that she murdered her father, her and Ben decided to live on the road. So they would just drive, stop for a night somewhere, and just keep moving around. They never stayed in one place too long. Until eventually they thought they might be safe, and they settled in Santa Cruz, where they lived for a while. However, Kane, who is Spider-Man, but even edgier and slightly bad.
Each clone is a different level of edgy.
Yes. And Kane is Kane's class. Kane.
Look, if you want to know how cool Kane is, he's the one that we like for the soul. We like Ben Reilly as well, just because he's so like soppy and just he's like tortured. You're not my real mom, which is kind of a cool vibe. But Kane is the guy that has the sticky hand. You know, Spider-Man can stick to walls. Well, Kane is a Spider-Man clone, and he uses his sticky hand, he puts it on people's faces, and then he sticks his fingers to them, and then he pulls his hand away and rips their faces off. It's a light, fun story for the kids.
It's called The Mark of Cain. He went on a serial killing rampage with it.
Kids love him.
Kane, jealous that Ben had found happiness, caught up to the couple and kidnapped Janine while Ben wasn't home.
Great.
Kane had no desire to hurt Janine, so he promised to let her live if she left Ben alone, telling her that Ben was better off without her. After she agreed, Kane made her fake her own suicide. Now, that's a retcon. For years in comics, Ben Reilly's girlfriend just killed herself.
Great.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't think Ben has enough sadness in his life. I think he does need the odd suicide now and then to really kind of get some just drama and trauma into the poor man's life.
Because he hasn't had enough quite yet.
True.
Years later, Janine received an invitation to meet Ben, who had moved back to New York and was operating as the main Spider-Man. Eager to be reunited with him, she paid him a visit. And Ben was caught by surprise, because he still believed her to have killed herself years ago.
Which is you know what? In terms of that situation, that is surprising. Like, if a person you were like, yeah, they're definitely dead, like 3 years later, is like, do you want to hang out for a coffee? You'd have questions.
You'd call first, wouldn't you?
Yeah. You'd have a call, but then like they might not pick up, and they're like, hey, could you just pick up seriously? Just because.
Yeah, no, please, you're going to want to hear this.
Like a Google Meet or something? Do you want to jump on anything?
So after a confrontation with Kane, who was revealed to have orchestrated the reunion to mess with Ben, Janine was apparently killed. However, it was once again revealed to be another of Kane's tricks.
Jesus Christ. He's only got one playbook and he's going to run it.
It's kill his girlfriend.
It's kill his girlfriend again. This time he'll definitely fall for it.
Finally, following Ben's final confrontation with Kane, Janine confessed to the murder of her father and turned herself in. Because she felt that she had to accept what she had done and face the consequences before she could ever be free and live a normal life.
True, but I would also alternatively bring up the fact that none of that fucking matters. You faked your death twice. I would probably more so be like, here, Ben, sorry about the faking of the deaths all those times, instead of,
Ben's fine.
man, I'm all torn up about me dad.
Ben's fine with it. He comes to terms with it really quickly.
Yeah.
So Janine served for many years, which is the writers forgot about her for a while.
Great.
She served time for many years at Bedford Falls Correctional Facility until she was approached by the Beyond Corporation and their representative, Marcus Momplaisir, to relocate into their custody at a minimum security facility. So the Beyond Corporation are a big conglomerate made of extra-dimensional beings, don't worry about it, who, their whole thing is that they're orchestrating superhero and supervillain attack. Basically vote from the boys.
Okay, you didn't have me there, but
Yeah.
then you got me back at the end. Okay, I'm with you.
So Ben Reilly operates as the Beyond Corporation's Spider-Man. So he goes
So
where
he's
they tell him
Homelander.
to. Yes, but he has some of his own mind. We'll get to that.
Oh, for God's sake.
And the fact that Ben works with the Beyond Corporation, that's what gets Janine to move to this new facility, basically.
But is she just like turning back up to fuck with him again? Is she going to
No,
take her down
he's
one more
well
time?
aware. He's well aware that she's in prison.
Okay.
They've been in contact, everything like that. They go off to live in their new home together. But Janine doesn't realise that she's basically used as a tool to control Ben. Because the Beyond Corporation got her out of prison and gave them both a house where they can live together. So it's like, oh, but now you'll do this fucked up shit as Spider-Man for us, right?
Yeah, okay, cool.
And so while living at Beyond Tower in New York City, Janine grew increasingly uncomfortable with her gilded cage and being advised by Marcus to remind Ben of his contractual obligations whenever Ben had a crisis of conscience.
If you don't do that killing, I'm going to kill myself again, right?
Yeah.
And I won't fake it this time. I swear. Now,
This
the
will be
last
for
4
reals.
times, this one's for reals. But now I did trick you 4 or 5 times. But this time, I'm super serial. I'm going to count to 3, and then we'll see what happens.
So Janine was proud to see the good that Ben was doing as Spider-Man on the news. And she was like, oh, okay, this is a good thing, I guess. But she experiences what all spider partners experience, which is that they're about to go on a date, and Ben has to leave to go stop Doc Ock.
Oh, no.
However, after stopping Doc Ock, Ben meets back at their apartment, and he hands Janine, secretly, the master hard drive for the Beyond Corporation. So this is where Janine learns that Beyond is controlling everything. They're setting up villains to fight heroes, and they're just trying to basically control everyone. And again, they're extra-dimensional beings, so they're just doing it for a laugh, but also it's to make the company bigger and more powerful and get more control.
Are you saying that Ben Reilly's in some sort of Truman Show situation?
Kind of, but he kind of knows what's going on. The fucked up thing is that as a member of the Beyond Corporation, Ben has to keep going in for therapy, and they slowly remove more and more of Peter Parker's memories from him. So
Right. Okay.
So he's now someone with spider powers who forgets all of the lessons that taught him responsibility.
So he's got no power, responsibility, Uncle Ben lines going
He's
through
got
his
all
head.
the power, but none of the responsibility.
And he's like, I don't give a fuck about the responsibility.
And so the two of them go on the run. They end up just like, living in abandoned houses for a while. But Ben is really fucked up in the head because he doesn't trust his own memories. He doesn't know his own mind. And he starts to call himself Chasm. So this is where he starts taking a turn towards being a more evil character. He said,
I have a question.
Go ahead.
When does Halloweeny come in?
See, a very good question. We're getting there. We are getting there.
I forgot.
Yeah, no.
And then I remembered, I was like, wait, this isn't about Ben Reilly.
This is Janine or Elizabeth or whatever her name is.
Yeah.
So, sometime later, Janine was still living with Ben, who had started raiding Beyond Corporation safe houses to steal their tech. feeling the world of limbo calling to him, which is a space between dimensions, he felt the need to go there and get his memory back, as he thinks that's where it must be. Like, those memories still exist somewhere in the universe. I can just go and get them back. It'll be fine.
He's got to go to space.
Yeah. No, the space between spaces.
So his plan is to get his memories back, he's going to go to the space between space.
Yeah. He's not well at the minute.
And nobody at this point was like, here, Ben, I don't know if that's going to work, bro. Like,
well, Janine thinks about telling him that. But then he reminds her that...
plotting.
He reminds her that she's nothing more than her father's killer.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Ben. And also her own killer, technically, like 5 or 6 times.
Yeah, I mean, Kane helped a couple of times, I guess.
A few times, but like, I don't know.
So Ben then joins forces with Madeleine Pryor, who is a genetic clone of Jean Grey and goes by the Goblin Queen. She showed up in X-Men 97.
If X-Men 97 had not come out, you are fucked at this stage. But that is your one reference and I'm proud of you. Keep going.
So she is the ruler of Limbo. And she's someone who also has a bunch of memories from another person that's not her. So Ben and her get along quite well. It's a weird plot point
to have for multiple characters.
You'd think the writers would know better, wouldn't you? Janine told Madeleine how she wished she could do more to help Ben. And then, using the magic from the finger of a demon called Sim...
Yes, here we go.
Madeleine gave her the power to do so and joined them as Hallow's Eve. Now, you're not gonna like Hallow's Eve's powers.
I haven't liked up until this point, Sean. Sorry, could you very quickly go over that again? They had a magic finger.
Yeah, again, I told you, this is the last paragraph of the report.
They magic fingered.
They got a magic finger from a demon. They got a
magic finger and they poked somebody. And
no, it's not clear exactly how the power manifests.
Yeah,
but Sim is the demon whose finger owns it, and Sim can do shape-shifting. And so now Hallow's Eve has a little special bag and she can pull various masks out of it and transform herself and give her powers based on what mask she wears. Right,
okay. And what does the finger have to do with that?
That's just where the magic comes from.
What about whatever happened to just like, a cup or like a stick?
A cup and a stick? What are you talking about, Conor?
Just like, why do you have to have a finger? Why, like, what? Who came up with that idea?
Because the demon can shapeshift, so it's his finger. Used in the potion.
Sorry, I'm being a fool. It's the demon can shapeshift, so it's his finger.
Do you want to hear some of her masks?
No, but yes, go on.
She has a mask to curse people, a mask to make them bleed, a mask to splinter bone, a mask of Frankenstein's monster that would grant her the abilities of Frankenstein's monster.
Very specific.
A mask of a fly that can grant her the abilities of a fly. Mask of a werewolf. You can imagine what that does. A model mask, which grants her the appearance of a Hollywood icon. A ghost mask makes her invisible. A police officer mask, which turns her into a police officer.
Some of these masks are ridiculous, okay?
A gorilla mask turns her into a gorilla.
In what situation would you be thinking, I'd rather pull out the gorilla mask than the bone-breaking mask or the blood mask?
Well, see, here's the thing, is that you're like, now we're getting to the point where you're going to see this character's busted. Because the witch mask, which lets her use and cast magic spells.
So then the question becomes, why does she have any other mask?
The Captain America mask, which makes her taller, gives her a shield and enhances her strength.
What's the point?
The Hulk mask.
Fuck off.
Which greatly enhances her strength. And
could she wear 2 masks at once?
No, 1 mask at a time, I'm afraid.
Okay.
But she can make up whatever mask she wants in her head.
Great.
Yeah, it's Green Lantern, but masks. And then the Spider-Man mask, which gives her web slinging and the powers of Spider-Man.
Oh my fucking Jesus Christ. Okay, the question becomes, you're never pulling out the Captain America mask. You don't really need that one.
No, not when you have like the Hulk mask there.
So she has like basically Scarlet Witch mask, which is the witch.
Yeah.
Then she has Hulk and Spider-Man.
Yeah. She's all of the Avengers in mask form.
Okay, but she has a little bag with all the masks in them.
Yeah, and she can just pull out, but it's infinite masks. It's a magic bag.
Okay, but can you just get rid of the bag and then she's useless?
Yeah, but if she's wearing like the witch mask, she can levitate the bag back to her.
Not if she get rid of the bag first.
Before she has a chance to put on the mask.
I'm thinking we basically sneak in, steal the bag, and then take it away.
Well, that's true. That would stop her powers. But if she has the bag, it's kind of hard to stop her.
True. Okay, so she has a witch mask and a Hulk mask and a Spider-Man mask. Is there any situation in which she would ever be threatened or maybe just in danger in any way?
I mean, if she doesn't have time to get the masks on, or if she picks the wrong mask for the occasion.
Yeah, but you would surely know which mask is which.
Yeah, oh yeah. And like if you reach in and you're like, oh, I really want, the police officer mask. I'm going to put that on.
Imagine being in a situation fighting someone and being like, the police officer mask will definitely suit this more than the Hulk mask.
Well, here's the thing, is that the idea is that, you'd use it for stealth and to sneak into police areas. But you have the ghost mask, which makes you invisible.
Also, you could just buy a police officer outfit and just sneak in that way.
That's also true.
Seems a bit over the top to have a full mask.
Like at the start, I think the first 3 masks were the mask to curse them, the mask to bleed them, and the mask to splinter bone.
Simple, effective.
And then your character has choices, like what's the most logical, what's the best thing to do here? And then they're like, oh, we can just do any mask.
And they were like, they had a storyline where like she needs to sneak into a building, but the building is a precinct.
Yeah.
Oh, if only she had a police officer mask.
Well,
that would suit us perfectly.
So I want to know the limits of that power. Because like the Captain America mask gives her a shield. Like it can summon matter.
It's just, what's the point?
Like what?
You would never be in a fight, and no offence to the Cap, right? I'm no offence to him, but I'm picking Spider-Man every single time and then 100%. Not dying.
Like, and presumably, like this character I imagine will just surface every Halloween and do a little event and get another mask every year. And it's like, oh, here's the thing they turned into. Like a Cyclops mask. What happens then?
I mean, what is the point of any of these masks? Just give her like cool ideas for masks. Surely, like the mask to turn me 70 feet tall, or the mask that makes me indestructible.
Be cool to have like the like we reviewed it on the Patreon yesterday. The Ghost Rider mask, which makes people like feel guilt.
I'm not a fan of the character-based masks. I like a mask that might give her a power but doesn't give her all the power. For example, mask that makes me indestructible but I'm not very good at attacking. She's just indestructible.
It's a trade-off thing. I get you.
And or else like mask that's really good at attack become like a super killer but also super weak if you get hit.
Yeah, the mask that makes me move at superhuman speed but I hit like a feather.
But yeah, you can't control it.
Yeah. Like, there has to be downsides. But at the minute, it's just any mask. Very cool character design, I will say.
Oh, yeah, because I think it's definitely a cool character to bring up every Halloween, because obviously the dressing up aspect of, like, there's a new mask every year that you kind of have to have a story about. I like that idea, but yeah, the idea of a character, especially like Hulk and Spider-Man, who are already broken, like, they can't lose. So in any fight, just turn into one of them and then you win.
There's a fun one, which is the slasher mask, and that gives her the power of a horror movie slasher.
Depends which one, because some of them are pretty useless.
True. Say if it was like Michael Myers, then you're just basically unkillable and unstoppable.
You're super slow, but you're basically indestructible.
Yeah, and that's like what you're saying about the trade-off.
I'll take that. I'll take like super slow, but also like able to kill anything and also can't be killed.
Yeah, but it's just like relentless. Like you'll always keep coming.
Yeah. If you got a mask, one horror movie villain, who are you taking?
One horror movie villain. See, I'm biased because my favourite horror movie is Jason X, which is the one where he goes to space.
Yeah, that's terrible.
So I think I'd want Jason X powers. Or
go on.
Robert Pattinson batsuit.
Oh. He is a horrible, horrible villain in that.
Isn't he?
But in the best way. I'm trying to think of who... You could go on the classics. You could go Jason or Freddy, I suppose.
Yeah, the two heavy hitters.
Freddy, I kind of like Freddy. I like the idea that, like, because everyone has to sleep.
Yeah,
so
yeah. He's going to
get you eventually.
That is a good idea. And again, you're limited. Like, once you put on that mask,
even Joker's got to sleep. And when he does, I'm taking him out.
Joker mask?
Yeah, but
you just become the worst person in the world.
Just become a dickhead.
It's Jared Leto's Joker.
Oh no!
Fuck, why is it always this one?
Grilled teeth. Oh no!
Yeah.
What a report! What a Halloweeny aspect, Shaun, for November 1st. A great time.
Okay. And it only got Halloweeny right at the end.
For one line.
Worth it.
I think you're getting worse at the the reports that are on certain days of the year.
I have yet to peak, Connor. Wait till we hit St. Swithin's Day.
You used my joke. You bastard.
I saw it formulating in your head.
Earlier on, I said, Shaun, we were texting because like we have to talk to each other at some stage.
Weird.
And I was saying, like Halloween, pretty big aspect for your life. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, I'm waiting for St. Swithin's Day, which is a Simpsons joke. And he's just stolen it off me and he made himself sound cool. So I'm not happy with that. But simultaneously, I am Bart in that episode when he goes crazy.
St. Swithin's Day is an actual thing, though, isn't it?
It is. I have no idea when it is. I only know it from The Simpsons.
Okay, this is the last thing we're doing, and then we can out.
And Helga.
July 15th.
Big day. Big day for St. Swithin.
Yeah, love it. Love to see
What's it even about?
Something about weather. It's when... If it rains on St. Swithin's Day, it will rain for 40 days. If it is fair, it will be fair weather for 40 days.
It always rains in Ireland on all days.
We had the wettest July on record.
That's true. It rained for like 20 days straight.
It was awful. Even St. Swithin's Day.
What a report. If this is obviously coming out on Friday, but happy Halloween to everyone. We hope you had a lovely time. Maybe whatever you dressed up as. I'd love if somebody dressed up as, some of the merch that's currently on our shop, Shaun.
Pretty good. It's pretty good plug, Connor. They won't even notice.
They look too fly. But you can get access to all those merch that's down below if you want to get a hoodie or a backpack or a t-shirt with any of our stuff on it. You look super cool with Little Dicky on a t-shirt. That's always, excellent. You could also get any of our other episodes. We've done hundreds of these Heroes or Zeros all over Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, all your podcast platforms. We've covered hundreds of DC and Marvel characters at this point. So if you have a favourite and we haven't done them, send it in and it'll be added into the list that we're trying to work our way through.
We'll get there.
Because we'll get there eventually. But if you like what you heard, also, you can just tell one human being that we exist.
Just the one, please.
So I've been Conor Lawler.
I've been Shaun Meighan.
I shall see you all next week, guys.
Bye.